Most times in life, it's good to reevaluate and take a look at things from a different point of view and from a different angle. The unique artists assembled to produce the art for this set are truly one-of-a-kind talented human beings. It's Topps Project 70 Spotlight on the Greatest Cards of All Time podcast.
Greatest Cards of All Time podcast where we're spotlighting Topps Project 70. Artist design cards, unique artwork, and what I really like about it is the many different flavors and varieties you get from artists across the country.
Same. Specific artists that I like and the ones that we are going to be reviewing for the most part here, except for 1/2 cards, are the Alex Pardee artist cards, and a little more background on how many artists there are. In this specific set, Project 70, there are, which is the 70th year anniversary, which is where that name came from. There are 53 artists. I think the idea initially, there were going to be 20 card designs by each artist. It came up a little short. And total in the set, there are 936 cards.
Wow.
And Pardee is definitely the most popular artist out of all 53. When we start talking about the cards, we can kind of go over some of the pop counts, which is just awesome, which is one of the reasons why I love this project. Too, you can actually see how many cards were purchased, which, again, a little unique on this one, the Project 70, with the 70 being another theme of it. I believe they were up for auction for 70 hours, and then however many purchased were committed to buy, what have you, that's how many they did.
The orders were just filled depending on how many purchases were made during that 70 hours. Then.
Right. And I think maybe you looked into Project 20, or I remember Project 20 also, which is similar, a little bit different in Project 20. That came out in 2020. There were 20 artists, and I believe there were 20 cards. They did not quite have as much freedom in this project as they did in 2020, because they picked the cards that they actually had to design.
Now, let's go over that set amount again. It seems like, what'd you say, 400-something cards?
936
936 cards in the set. That feels like a hefty amount to me when I hear a set number that big. What do you think about that? Even though these are custom and unique cards, but it is a gigantic set, it feels like.
Yeah. Well, I think it's, I would never want to complete the set because they are so different.
It seems impossible.
Right.
It seems pretty impossible, but yeah. I love them, so I want as many as I can get. And really nice players that they chose is another thing that I've noticed looking through these Project 70 cards. The players that they did decide to introduce into this set, really highbrow players, high-level players that have a bright future still too. So
Right.
Topps is kind of investing in these players, and they have some Ken Griffey Jr. varieties too. So they have players from all over the place.
And I think that was really artist specific, because I listened to several different interviews with different artists. Some did go with the more popular players, but some specifically went with players that were far less, well known. And that's kind of their whole little thing, was they were going after players that they didn't really see other artists doing renditions of. So I think that's really artist specific. So, there are 936 cards, but maybe you like that artist that's going after the players that you just,
Right.
One I wish I could remember the name of it. There were a bunch of like cats in the background or something. The pop count was real low.
Right.
But there will be some of that, I think, where it'll be an artist and a player that's just not that popular.
Yeah, so we have a nice offering of Project 70 cards to look through and go over and comment on, and we'll do that right now. The first card we have to dive into to take a up close and personal look at is this sexy looking Key Brian Hayes Future Stars with the rookie card emblem. I like this card a lot.
Love it. Brings back memories. 1988 tops. That's around the time I started collecting. So, totally remember that style of card. The Future Stars was always just a sweet card to get when they had the Future Star and the rookie card.
The artwork could be a little too cartoonish for me, maybe. The player himself there. Ke'Bryan looks a little cartoony right there. But like I said, I like Future Stars logo, very recognizable. Ke'Bryan Hayes down in the bottom right-hand corner. And the rookie card logo. It's hard to go wrong. I like all of it. I like the text of the Pirates up there as well. Very, very cool card.
I like the little spider web in the upper corner, bottom corner here. That's a cool little touch there. Third baseman for the Pirates. I think he is their number one star right now for the Pirates.
A legit future star for sure. A legit future star. He's going to be good. I love watching his highlights.
Yeah.
His highlights are absurd.
We've seen some sick plays. Sick on defense. They basically say he's pretty much like another shortstop out there.
Yeah, exactly. Good fielder too. Awesome to have that with a sick bat combo too.
Right.
He's got power.
The only thing, so this is party, like I think they all are except for the last two that we're going to look at. You said it's cartoonish. On the back here, it kind of explains it. Brightmares. It's like a mixture of, something scary, nightmare with bright colors, and he's kind of deemed that called Brightmares.
Yeah,
so.
The colors really stand out on a card like that.
All right, how about card number 2? What do you have to say about this one?
Card number 2, the Ken Griffey Jr. Is this called the Party Gras? Is that what they call this? Because they could.
Right, I like it.
Ken Griffey Jr., hard to go wrong. The KGJ, love it. Another sick Topps Project 70 card. I like it. I'm calling it the Party Gras because it's an Alex party. And it's Mardi Gras. Look at that. It's Fat Tuesday on that
I like
card.
it. I think that'll stick. I think that's a good one. This is based off of 1986. I love the Mariners, the way that he has all of the different colors up there. I think that just looks really cool.
Again, real bright colors on here. Really distinct coloring. I like them a lot. It's very unique, each card.
This is card number 534 in the set. So the pop on this is 8,371. That is kind of a lower pop count for a party card.
Card number 3, Mike Trout, LA Angels. I like that card. What's on the bat there? What's dripping from the bat there? Very vibrant colors again, but what's going on there?
I'm actually not sure.
He's hitting people with bats or something, but this is just another Alex Party card. Correct. And he's putting his twist on it, almost like a Venom style Marvel card or something with those sharp teeth. That's what it reminds me of, but I don't hate it. This is not my most favorite Project 70 card, but it is very nice. Mike Trout card, can't go wrong.
Might not be your favorite, but it is number 1 as far as sales. So it turns out is
in the 70 hours that they were selling these cards, you're telling me this one sold the most.
Correct. This one sold 25,182 copies. So 1990 tops. Part of it, obviously, the artist is very popular, and Mike Trout is one of the most collectible players in all of baseball and all of sports cards. So, that has a lot to do with it. The card itself, yeah, I mean, I don't love it. It's not my favorite party, but I still like it. And again, brings back memories being in 1990 tops. That's around the time where I was collecting more as a kid. So
yeah,
still a cool card.
Love the bright colors. It just reminds me a lot of Marvel art. You got the dripping ooze coming off the bat, the sharp teeth coming out the face. I like the card. How many of those are there, you said?
25,182. And Party actually has the top 3 cards, and I have all of those 3, so we'll go over the pop when we check those out.
And I don't think that's necessarily a detractor of collecting this Mike Trout card just because there was a great hunger for it. There was a great thirst for a card like this, so there's definitely a demand for a card like this. That's why so many were printed over the other ones, because so many people did pre-order these. So it's a juicy card. It's a good looking card.
All right, so card number 4 is actually not part of the Project 70 set per se. So it's not in the 936 cards. This is what they call a companion card. It's something that the artist designed with a card in mind. So the companion card, this is obviously Los Angeles. This is the companion card for the Mike Trout card. You can see the colors are the same. The exterior borders are very similar. It's all foil. It looks great in person. I really hope the video shows how cool this looks. In person, it looks awesome. There are only 700 of the companion cards. These, I believe, were sold direct through the artist site. I'm pretty sure. I bought mine on eBay, so I can't say for sure how they were initially released. The back of the card, I would describe it almost as like a mini comic book. And it kind of explains, like you said about the bat on the Trout card, it kind of explains the story of how that card, that creature, was created. So it's almost like a mini comic book. Very cool. The lower hologram is just awesome in person. I really hope that shows. It's just really cool. And that's Party's logo, as far as I know. That's just basically his logo on the back. Again, so it's not part of the set. I've got a few of these. I think maybe in another video we'll talk about the other companion cards too. I just think they're really neat. Numbered out of 70. The number is actually printed in there. It's not like stamped in there, which I think makes it a little bit cooler in my opinion. I don't know. I just think they're very cool. They look great in person. The foil is just really cool. It just pops. I don't know. What do you think?
100%. The first thing that catches my eye is obviously the holo on the front of the card. Very unique coloring. You have an orange border on the outside leaking into the background, and then you slap a pink alien on the front of it. It's very cool, and like you said, it brings the original card, the base card, back into the picture with the companion card, linking it all together. Everything makes sense when you see it, and it's really just a beautiful card, and they go well next to one another. I do like that idea. Very interesting. I think Topps hit a home run here. And the back of this card, bright pink, with that holo that you were talking about in the bottom left on the back, and it's numbered out of 700. Really, really nice card.
All right, next card, Tatis. Again, I don't know if Party, I think he is around my age. And again, this is 89 Topps, around a time when I've been collecting. So, you know, did he pick a lot of these years because that's when he collected? Maybe. I'm not sure. That's
Could
just
be
speculation on that. But so Topps 89. I collected around that time. Unfortunately, I don't remember a lot of cards being valuable from that set. I don't even know who would be the most valuable 89 Topps. Nobody good. This Tatis card, I don't know. Yeah, not in love with it. I love the green background. I think the green and brown look really cool together. The face, just, you know, it doesn't look like Tatis at all, really, obviously. And I think I'd like it better if you could actually see the player a little bit more in the art, but it's still a cool card. Second highest pop out of all of the cards. This one was 22,509. So number one, 25,182 was the Trout, and then number two dropped down to 22,509.
Up next, we got a combo card, and it's a beautiful card, and here's why. Ronald Acuna Jr. is on this card. Fresh World Series champion is blasted on an all-star card. I like it. I don't necessarily need Hernandez on that card. This card is valuable to me, and it attracts me because of the Ronald Acuna Jr. But I don't mind it. I like all of these cards. That's the one thing about Topps Project 70. I like all of the cards. Some I just like more than others. This is a really nice combo with the Fernando Tatis Jr. Party base card, I guess you would call it. They look really nice next to each other.
And I think I could be wrong. This All-Star, I want to say these All-Star cards had two players, and it was actually the 1989 Topps. It looks very familiar to me. I could swear I've seen this card before, and I think it's 1989 Topps. I could be wrong on that. These cards on the back, it's basically like a limited edition. I wouldn't call it a chase card, but if you buy all 20 of the artist cards that they produced, or all of the cards that they produced, maybe there were less than 20, but if you buy all of their cards, then you get this limited edition all-star card. So all of the limited edition cards were the all-star two-player version like this. So this is just the party one. This is the most highest pop, meaning 6,171 of these, meaning that's how many total sets they were purchased, or all of the ones that were in existence there. So this is number one out of all of the artists. The number two is Ermsey. That is 3,659. So almost twice as many for the party. 6,171 versus 3,659 for Ermsey.
I have purchased some Ermseys. He's probably my personal favorite artist within the Project 70.
Yep, sounds like second most popular based on buys.
Another Ronald Acuna Jr. This one's still the same party style. What do you think of this card?
Yep, same thing. Number 3 actually on the list for most sales at 14,825. So dropping quite a bit from the Trout. Trout was 25,182. This at number 3 is down to 14,825. The card itself, okay, again, 1990 Topps, so around the time I was collecting, same as the Trout, right? I think that is the same year as the Trout. Cool card. Like the glasses.
I like the holograms even on the back of the card.
Yeah, we didn't really talk much about that, but the Topps logo on the back, there's, 15, 20 different.
I really like those. Really spices it up, makes it look classy.
Next card on the list, this one is actually a little bit more expensive than the others. I think at least $50, maybe a little bit more. 1975 Topps. I believe the reason why, again, it's another party super popular. Vlad, obviously very popular. But one of the reasons why I think this one is just a high seller at this point, it's a little bit lower on the pop count. So when it came out, not as many people initially purchased it. I just think it looks great in person. When you've got the border, the green and the purple, I don't know, I just think it looks really good with the Blue Jays. Even the background.
And it's from a recognizable set.
Right, yeah.
A set people can really fall back on and remember, right, and have good memories.
I love 75 Topps too. I think it just looks sharp.
It does look cool on that Vladdy card. This next card we're taking a look at is a D-backs Randy Johnson, and he's whipping a baseball as hard as he can in usual fashion. You can notice the doves in the background. That is very ironic. I'm actually just being shown that for the first time. I like that. It all really brings the card full circle back together again as he whips a baseball with fangs coming out of it. This card is hard to hate. Beautiful looking card. I like the coloring. It's very light and purple. It seems to really mesh well with the whole card. I think he did a good job on the artwork on that one.
Big fan also. This is 1965 Topps. Really recognizable set. Really like that. This is actually a little bit lower on the pop count for a party. This is at 9,292, so that's not even in the top 10 of Project 70 cards. Love it. Love the purple. Love the dove. You know, depending on when you started collecting or watching baseball, some people might not remember he actually killed a bird on a fastball. Just picked it out midair. Crazy.
Explosion. The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. Even says it on there. The GOAT.
If this is not my favorite, it's my second favorite card of Topps Project 70. It says the GOAT next to that Babe Ruth nameplate, and you look up and it's literally a very detailed and graphic goat that looks like it came out of Ren and Stimpy or something. But it is a Yankees card, and it's a Babe Ruth, and it's very unique, because why would somebody order this unless you're really got some problems or something? But I happen to own one of these cards in my personal collection just because I think the artwork is incredible. Great job on that card.
Love it. 1987 Topps. I think of Barry Bonds when I see 1987 Topps. That's what I think of. But
yeah,
super cool. Love that it says the GOAT. And another interesting thing on the back, it's numbered 666 out of the set, which is just kind of creepy. Kinda weird.
It's creepy, but
intentional.
That's why people like it.
Intentional. This was number 8 on out of all of the cards as far as the pop. 10,716 copies of this. All right, this is the last of the party cards. Came out in 1952, so this is the start of the 70 years. Obviously, 1952, first year Topps came out.
It looks like E.T. It looks like an E.T. on Shohei Ohtani's right shoulder.
E.T.'s the hitter, and Shohei's the pitcher. I don't know, cool card. I mean, I like it. I like 52 Topps. That's just 52 Topps is cool. Obviously, it's a little bit creepy, just like most of this guy's art. It's a little creepy. It's really cool that he did get away to also show, he's a two-way player.
That is very cool. That has a unique touch, just like most of these Project 70 cards.
As far as pop goes, this just barely cracks the top 10. This one is at 10,398. In the top 10, party is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of the top 10 cards are from party.
Wow. Next card, easily my favorite card of the entire Project 70 set. I'm pretty sure. The Neon Dion, and it certainly is nothing short of neon, because it's bright pink and purple, and it looks like you are in the 80s disco or the 80s dance club. Unbelievable card. Everyone loves Neon Dion, and the artist did a fantastic job of portraying him in those glasses with his shirt off and his gold chains. I mean,
1982 Topps, so fitting with the glasses and the gold chains and what have you. As far as the artist, Soulfly, I don't really know anything about him. I just looked at the back. Something to do with sneaker culture and what have you, so obviously he's an artist too. Pretty cool card. I love Dion. Neon Dion back in the day when he was playing football and baseball at the same time was just like, he was the man.
And what do they call this particular chrome variation? I'm calling it a chrome, but it is a numbered card.
Okay, so basically there's rainbow foil out of 70, and there's gold frame out of 1. So there's a 1-of-1 gold frame or a rainbow foil out of 70, and those were just randomly inserted when you purchase the cards through Topps. So I believe what would happen a real quick and easy way to know, you would have an extra card in your order if you ended up getting one of the 70, or if you were lucky enough to get a 1 of 1. There were also artist proofs out of 51, and those were silver frame, but those, I believe, were purchased separately. Those were not something that you could randomly get when you purchased them through Topps.
All I can say with 100% certainty is that shiny neon Dion numbered card, it really checks all the boxes. It's a great looking card, sharp looking card, and it's rare. I mean, I'm gonna have to get one of these in my own personal collection, 100% without a doubt. It is a great looking card. I can't say enough good things.
Thank you for taking the time to enjoy this Topps Project 70 Spotlight. More of these up-close and personal card sessions in the future for Project 70 and more. On the Greatest Cards of All Time podcast.